No, that's great, man. So what was the difference between when you were trading alone and when you joined us?
Yeah, like when I was still trading alone, I couldn't like understand how like the market moves and everything. But then after joining, it taught like I started to have more patience, you see.
Okay, no. Anyway, I just want to welcome everyone who joined us on our session today. So I believe all of you can see my screen right now, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I know to some part of the world, like here in South Africa, it's a holiday, or I don't know if it's you guys you are enjoying your holidays, but yeah, we chose to put on some work today. As you saw today earlier on, I was actually updating on what happened last week. So yeah, we're just gonna start from there, and then yeah. Okay, so but it's fine. Everyone, you can just unmute yourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't mute, just leave it like that. It's fine because I just want to make it an open discussion. But yeah, let's just respect one another.
Okay.
Yeah, we take it from there. So we are going to start updating on the dollar index. So you saw on the dollar index what we spoke about last week. We said, even on our update, as you can see, we say that it's going to break out here, and then it will go up for a retest, which that's what they did exactly last week during NFP. So right now they are on the retest, and we are actually waiting to see if they're gonna close below or they're gonna hold it or they're gonna break this level. If they close below, we are expecting one more move down into this area. That's this. That's the 61.8% area. Okay, let me just mute everyone because I see that some other guys they are talking in the background. So if you guys you're not hearing me clearly, please how do you go? Just text me on that chat box. So I'm gonna go on my MT4 and I want to show you something. Let's actually check on the MT4 because on my trading view platform they can't let me go down to H4. So here we are now on H4. This is where we are. Like I was saying last week, we saw this move. This is the move that we saw where they went and then they hit in that area. Whereby we say that that was the retesting area, the area that we expected. So actually we are in that zone. So what I'm trying to say, I'm saying that we are expecting these guys to retrace one more leg. So that's the area that they are right now. As you can see, something like this. Okay. Right, there we go. So we are expecting them to come in this area, or else if they extend that leg, it has to be the TP number 3. So from there, now we're expecting this one move, but like I'm saying, if they don't respect this move, which means now our wave 2, because all this movement to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to give you this 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the diagonal for wave 5, and then this is your what? This is your 5. So as you can see now, this will be like your 1 after 5. This will be your 1, and then you're expecting a correction for 2. But then it will depend now with how they're gonna close today. If they close above this area, which means our 2 is gonna be in 50%. So how we're gonna see it's gonna be like this, which is also correct. So currently we are waiting to see how they're gonna close today, latest on Wednesday. So we will actually know that what will be happening by that time. So if they do that, this will be actually, they have to come down. Now they'll be in the fifth, this is the 38.2%, of which they must actually come at least in this area. So I'm still expecting these guys to have one more drop from that area. So as of today, most of you guys, you know, we don't trade on Monday. So we are watching to see what's happening. If they close below, like they have to engulf this candlestick for us to have a signal. As long as they don't engulf this, it's still a strong bullish. But this was the area that we have to take concern of. Okay, so let's go back to trading view. So that's dollar for you. But above all, we are in a buy. We are in a buy above all. So the trend is a buy, but we are actually trading the pullbacks. And then we also shared something on this teaser. Let's check how far it is. Let me go to H4. Okay. But as you can see, also with US teaser, what happened is they broke out in this channel, and then this was a retest here. So when they broke out, they gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they ended 5 in a diagonal. So we're also expecting our wave 2 correction there. Okay, but we see that even during NFP, we spoke about that move. Okay, so we expected them to respect this level. So what they did now, they gave us that confirmation of that level during the president's speech about reshuffling his cabinet. So this is when Tito left. So that's why we see there was a very strong spike. And when they closed, they went out and they came in again. So that was the strongest part. So now if you are to trade, now this will be a stop loss level, but we are still expecting these guys. So they're no longer respecting this channel due to those fundamental news. But even though after this 5, that gives us 1, we are expecting a wave 2 correction. So as we can measure from this point to that point, well, that would be something like, so from that point to that point, okay, something like this, yeah. So as you can see in this area, okay, as you can see in this area, that's our 61.8% zone. I need to say that that's the target for our wave 2 zone that we are expecting this guy to come. So this is something like our A. Now that corrections for B, so we're expecting our C leg. So at the end of the day, it will be like a breakout. Then this is a retest. So that's the second confirmation. And then the third confirmation is so now the third confirmation on that same note, we have got our test for wave 2. Now want to see how far this leg went. Okay, so as you can see, this leg actually it's in the 61.8% zone as well. The worst that it can do, it can go to 78.6, but it's respecting the 61.8%. So we are expecting that to trade it to this level. That's our first target here. So that's where we are expecting these guys to come. So how are we going to trade this now? So let me just gonna confirm how we're gonna trade this. So now, okay, wait, let me do this. We said from this zone, right? All right. So our correction, it was in the our correction, it was in that level. Yes, 1.8%. Right. Okay. That's the new zone. Then we said our take profit target just to be this one in this area. That will be our first take profit target. Okay. Right. So how are we going to trade this? So let's go to 1 hour. So on 1 hour, we are seeing that this was a correction, guys. Can you see this is a correction? So what are we waiting for now? We're waiting for these guys to come and break out this level. So we're waiting for them to break out this level. That's how we're going to get a confirmation for our sell here. And then from there, we are selling to that point. If they break out here, that's how we're going to sell. So right now, we are waiting. Like I always say, like Mondays, I usually take Mondays as the day that these guys will be confirming the structures normally on Monday. So, but what they do, it's either in the morning they'll give you some fake breakouts or fake movements, and then later on during they'll correct them, those kind of moves. So let's wait and see how they're gonna close. Then we can get a signal from there. But this is what we are expecting. If they are going to respect that, this is our A leg. So as you can see, our A leg, it's like a zigzag. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. So that will be our zigzag, and then there's an A, B. Then this was a C leg. So this is a 5, 3, and then we're expecting another 5 wave down to that point for our C to give us a wave 2. So currently we are waiting for that breakout. Yeah, that's the update on user. Okay, on this one we'll end here on 1 hour. Which one else did we do together? We did USD CAD. Okay. So with USD CAD, let's go to daily. Okay, same applies with USD CAD. Remember, after finishing that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement, we are expecting the correction. So in that sense of expecting a correction, that would be a wave 2 retest. Like, so you guys, you call it a breakout and retest, but it's actually a wave 2 retest. So what are we saying? How are we going to trade this? We are also saying that okay, let me show you. So this is what we are now expecting these guys to do. So they did something like this. Okay. So during NFP, you can see that there was a slightly move up there, but they never closed above that area. So that's number one key thing that we must take note of. So, and then by doing so, we are expecting these guys to come and retest, right? So with this one, we're expecting them to come and retest, most probably in the 78.6 zone. This is the zone. That will be your breakout and retest. So that will be your 1, 2. So this will be now your 1, and then that will be your 2. And that level from there, we'll look for buy entries. Okay. So you can see actually even on the daily that these guys, they failed to what? To break above that level on Friday. So it was just a small buy. That's why we had like tight margin. That's why on Friday, if not Thursday, we gave away what we call intraday trades, because those were short-term trades. But normally we are swing traders. So what's our update now? As you can see, this the structure is still firm. then the market is still correcting the structure. Like in that way, now we got that, like I said last week, what they did is they came and say, some they call it a 1, 2, 3, and then a 4, 5 movement. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement is actually that's the correct way to label it. Let me label it in a correct way. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be your impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this was your 5 leg. So what does it give you? That gives you your leg A. So remember, with our principles, it says that wave 1, wave 3, wave 5, wave A, and wave C. Those are your impulsive waves. Like, so that's how we got okay, and then let's just put it in. All right. Let's change the color to something different. Yeah, that's right. So this one now, this movement, it gives you a leg, and then this was a triangle. As you can see, wave 4, it's a triangle always. They give you A, B, C, D, E, and then from there, they give you wave 5, right? So after doing that, now this correction is an A, B, C correction. So it might be A, B, C, D, and then they give you an E leg, like a triangular, but we'll see what are they forming here. So how are we gonna trade this thing again? Same thing applies. You are waiting for a breakout at this point. We are waiting for a breakout at this point. So normally, let's ignore the witch, something like that. So with the breakout here now this one, this is a 5-way, and then this is a 3-way. So meaning to say our leg C, we are also expecting them to give us a 5-way. So there might be a breakout for 1, and then the retest for 2, then 3, 4, 5. So by doing that, then it becomes your WXY or your ABC, it depends. But this one, I will call it the WXY. So now this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 becomes your W, and then this correction becomes your X. We are expecting a Y for our wave 2. But we will validate this move after the breakout. As long as they don't break out, we are not trading. We just wait for a breakout for this movement to be confirmed. So, and also, how do you trade it? It's simple. Same distance from this point to that point. That's the same distance. Like something like this. So it's gonna be from that point to this point. Right? Something like from that point to that point, and then that will be your same target now from this point to that point. So you can see that actually the market is coming out in that zone that I told you, this 78.6%. That will be your second leg target. So it will also give you something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to give you a 5, 3, 5 crochet. Anyway, I hope you guys are following, and I hope I'm not talking alone. Okay, yeah, I see. So if you guys are following, please say something on the chat box, like, so that I know that we are together into this. So this is your A leg or your W, and then now this is your X, your ABC. Okay. Thank you very much for confirming. Thank you guys. Thank you. So now they are constructing that A, B, C. Then maybe they might come for D at that point. So what time is it? Maybe during your we'll see a breakout, or they'll go back again for E. And then after going back for E, then from there now we expect to come and break out. So it might be something like that, but let's see what they're gonna do here. That's the area that we're concerned about. If you remember, as I gave this signal last, is it last week or last week? I gave it somewhere around there. Then you guys who sold it, call it some pips. You could be in this trade as well as a swing trader. It's fine. So what you do if you sold it around this area, now they gave you a break-even point on this area, so you should be somewhere around there on break-even. They almost hit it, which is fine. Now they are giving you like a second entry. So how are you gonna get this second entry on this breakout? Just wait for that breakout, then you sell it again to that same target. If you check even on our in our luxury, what do you call in that free channel, that signal is still there and still valid. It's just that we are not following up that much on it. So let's update this one. So how do you draw trend lines? So trend lines are the first 2 points, like and then the rest it's a rail. So like this point and that point, that's how you draw a trend line. But at this point, we're ignoring these weeks. So let's use the body. I prefer drawing trend lines using the body. Someone might ask why, because if you check using the line graph actually gives you exact what's happening, because I trade using also RSI. So when the two, like when line graph and RSI, they are acting in a different way, it means that, let me just do this. It means that there's a potential what divergence in the market, but when they are acting in the same way, it means that, with my relative strength index, right? So as you can see something like this. So at this point, you can see this is almost neutral, and this is almost, but it's almost, there's no divergence there. But yeah, I will show you when there's divergence. So this is how you draw a trend line. So this point and that point, that's what I was trying to do. But let's see. Yeah, you can see. So you just try to ignore these weeks and ignore the and concentrate on what, on the opening and closing of the price. So we are more concerned about this lower one because we know that this buy it might not last long. So maybe in this scenario, we can just put something like this. In the sense, these guys, they'll come and test this area again. They might come and spike up there before they come down. But yeah, we'll see what they're gonna do from there. But I believe this is the area of concern. So from there, we will be selling on the breakout. So that's the update on your CAD. What else did we do together? I think GBP USD, right? So let's check out on GBP USD what happened. So we go back to daily. Okay, this is the way I gave it. There's a two-way structure, right? A scenario. But anyway, before we go there, I think we did a seminar on this one together. As you can see, this channel was a bullish channel, which these guys they came here and broke it out. So that was a breakout. And then now after doing that, they gave us an ABC for our first leg. And then now what are we expecting? We are expecting these guys to what? To form an X leg, meaning to say with that X leg, it might be in this area, which is 5, or if they break out this area, the form an ABC, like ABC for that X. So that will be a solid retest of this broken trend line again. And then from there we sell it. So meaning to say that pound, it might also have a bullish movement, or else if they break below this area, like I said, they're gonna be selling now for that select, or this movement, it's gonna be a retest of this area. So let me go to on H4. I think on H4 it's more clear what I'm trying to say. So that's how we trade this market. We don't tell the market what to do, but we just follow what this market is doing. As you can see, I never opened my charts since morning. I'm just updating everything with you guys. Like from scratch, you can see that it's not even updated. I'm just doing everything with you. So last week, I know a lot of you guys, you expected a strong sale, but the market now, why didn't it sell like that much? It's because of price action. Like we know, like as you can see, this is the most area of concern. So what they are doing is they are respecting this. So they're forming a channel in it. So that will be your first impulsive. This might be the correction of it. And then one last leg, like we said earlier on, they might give you that same distance because in trading, there's what we call A equals to C. So how do you know, how do you project your target for your leg C? So it's also proportionally equal to what? To the same distance of what? Of the A leg. So as you can see in this area, meaning to say, if they break above this area, let's say if they break above this area, this is how we're going to trade it. So your target, it will be somewhere there, as you can see, even it's also matching with what? With my Fibonacci. Because with my Fibonacci, it will say that from that point, okay, there's a question. I'll check it right now. Because with Fibonacci, it will say from that point to that point. As you can see that, no, it's not actually from this point. It's actually from that point. Come on, update my network. Okay, let's go to daily. What's happening with my network? Oh, it's way above now. Okay, there we go. Right, there we go. So I wanted this leg. So it's from this point, right? Okay, so it's from this point to that point. Okay, so now if these guys they come and retest in this area, I believe it's gonna be a flat because a flat is the one which has got a 335 correction. Means to say this is 123. That gives us our W or our A, and then this can be 123 to give us our B or our X here. And then from there we expect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 movements coming down to what to that profit target for our second leg for our wave 2. So that will be somewhere around in this area. But for the time being, we are more concerned about this. So let me shrink it so that you guys can see properly what's happening. So this is what is happening. So don't get lost in what I'm just saying magic thing, but it's not magic. Remember, this is the triangle where they broke it out. So now and then they've finished our 3, 4, 5 here with the truncated wave to give us this one. So we are expecting the 2 to be the WXY. So expecting the 2 to be there, right? Of which this is the W, then they're forming the X. So like I said, it looks like it might be that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correction. Then we go. So that will be 3, 3, 5 correction. So, but anyway, who are we to judge? We will just do whatever the market shows us. So that's the updates. Guys, I'm giving you updates of everything that I've shared with you until the structure becomes invalidated or hit our take profit targets. So yeah, that was it. So yeah, let's just pay attention to what the market will be doing on this one. So what are we expecting? We are also expecting the same thing, like the market to come into that area. But now we are still waiting for them to give us a confirmation here. Either way, are they gonna retest this channel that they broke? This channel, remember, it was our channel for our leg. What happened? It was a channel for our leg Y, where we saw A, B, C, give us A, then B, then A, B, C, give us C. That was our W, and then now we are here. So I thought last week during NFP, these guys were gonna come and retest in this area, but they didn't do that. Is it technical analysis? Yes, it is technical analysis whether it says A equals to C. Mostly it's for guys who trade, what do you call? For guys who trade who trade harmonic patterns. Okay, what did I do? Oh, let me check something. It's mostly for guys who trade harmonic patterns, but okay, it took me way back. Let's go to GBP and okay. So this is where we are right now on 1 hour. We are still in this channel. So as you can see, we're in this correction. So this is our A, B, and then that's our C. I think they might buy into, if you have to buy this, that would be your short term, like you buy into that area. So that can be, it might be A, B, C, and then they'll form a D, then they'll come for an E. But we'll see whatever they will be doing from there. But if they're still like this, there's no signal. I mean, this is for scalpers now, but for us swing traders, we wait for a confirmation. So that's your GBP USD. So right now, I'm going to open for questions. Everyone, if you've got questions, please feel free to ask. If you want something, also feel free to ask. So you guys can unmute yourselves, and then let's have that discussion. So I left with about 5 minutes for this session. We can all unmute ourselves and then let's do some question and answer. Or you are fine. Okay, let's utilize this. We're now left with 6 minutes. Okay. Melly, what's your take?
No.
Hey, Mr. Trump.
Oh.
Hello, sir.
Okay, Hawaii, what's your take, my brother or my sister?
No, like I wanted to understand like the ABC because like
You wanted to understand the ABC movement.
every time you just say it's ABC, start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, and
the
then
ABC movement is derived from the harmonic pattern, but it's not an harmonic pattern. As who trade elliott waves, let me see if I can get that. Give the chart. Okay, let's see. Let's assume on this one. But now, unfortunately, we're left with 5 minutes, guys, and I'm just doing one session with you. So I'm gonna give an example, right? So let's assume. Let me see something.
yeah.
So harmonic patterns, they are part of our strategy. Is a guy who actually derived that strategy from Elliott. It's Elliott waves in a hidden way, though. I mean, yeah, in a more simplified way, because it only talks about corrections. So this impulsive wave with harmonic pattern, guys, they call it an A movement, but us, we call it an impulsive wave. And then, so what happens now with this movement, there's a correction that we call an A, B, C correction, right? But now with harmonic patterns, okay, with harmonic patterns, sorry, they call it A, B is equals to C, D. So I'm gonna label, let's just, assuming it's this type of harmonic, from this point to that point, to that point, and then that point to that point, and then they'll correct in that area. Okay, so that's gonna be something like this, right? So what the harmonic pattern does, it says that this is the A. So they say that this XA is equals to CD. So meaning to say, but us, what we say is we say that this is our A. So this movement A is equals to this leg. It must be proportional equal to this leg of C. Because with
C and D.
pilot waves, this is not our X. Our X is here because this is an impulsive wave, and then whatever that comes after, it's a correction. So with harmonic patterns, we are dealing with correction. So this becomes my either my wave 3, right? And then that will be my A, B, C correction. So that's why we say A is equals to C. That's how we will derive this. But now with this guy, now we came and say that XA or whatever, you say A is equals to CD because now he's measuring this length. But anyway, it's a way of understanding it in a different way. That's why I call it A equals to C.
Yeah. Okay, I
But
understand.
to understand it more in detail, it's like you have to like maybe find someone who can explain it to you in an eloquent way, and then you get a sense of it, or you can join even us and then attend our classes. You later on understand it.
Yeah.
Yes.
No problem.
Okay. So anyone with any other question from all? I mean, just if you do 1, 2, 3, just that I just updated you guys.
Hello.
Yes.
You've covered everything. Sir.
So I'll come again. Hello.
I was saying that you've covered everything.
Okay. No, thank you very much. Sid. Thank you very much for appreciating as well. So yeah.
Thank you very
Anyway,
much.
we are now left with 1 minute. So watch out from those levels that I just showed you, and then I believe those two signals especially, they might make you weak. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. If you've got any questions or if you've got any inquiries about us, just text me directly on our Instagram. Then I'll respond to you whenever I get time. But thank you for joining. Thank you for your time. I hope you will have a fruitful week.
Well, thank you. Thank you, man.